Hi and welcome to Riverside Crafts. I'm Ray and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this flower box card. I've used two dies that Riverside Crafts have in. They are the flowers here and the fence dies. I've used this one. They're both Riverside Craft dies and they're cut beautifully and they work really well. So let's get down to basics, shall we? How do we make the basic bit, the box bit? Right, so I need one of these, a scoring board. Okay, and I've been drawing on bits of paper this afternoon to make life a bit easier. Okay, so the measurements of a piece of A4, I score at 11.5 and at 14.5, and then I have to fold my card and butt it up because my scoreboard isn't long enough to do the A4 in, and then I'm going to do again at 11.5. If you've got an A4 scoreboard, it's 26 centimeters, and again here at 14.5. Okay, I then turned it and score all the way down there at 11.5. All right, so that's that bit done. Let me get a card. You then need a paper trimmer or a pair of scissors, depending on how you are with things. And you've got to line up with your cutting on your trimmer, line up your score line. Put your blade down, and then just bring your blade to the edge of where your across line is. Okay, so you're going to have it cut like so. That will give you a really perfect straight cut. All right, so here is my one that I've done so far. All right, so I've got this bit, all my score lines are on it, all my cuts are on it, and I've got one last little cut to do, which is this piece here that needs to disappear. Okay, that bit is extra to what we need. Okay, I'm going to just fold on my score lines now. So I'm going to just take time and make sure I get them nice and neat. Okay. Right. And I've used tape to do today, but I would normally use glue because it gives me a better finish when I've done it, and I know it's going to stay there because it's quite the box card takes quite a lot of punishment, so it's better to just be very definite. So you're just going to butt your edges up, make sure you've got it all nice and neat, folded. So then you've got a box that's got on it. Fold down 3 sides like so. So then we've got our box card. Thanks for joining me. I've got Laura and Claire, I can see, and everybody else who's just joined it. I've only just noticed and thought about it, so you know, brain's too busy thinking about making the card. So that's my card base. All right, the next bit I've got to do is put a little piece that goes in there that allows me to put my flowers in at different depths, so I get the variation in depth in what I'm working on. All right, and that's, I've got my piece of card here. It's 15 centimeters, and then it's scored at 2 centimeters and 2 centimeters, because that gives us no, not 2 centimeters and 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters and 13.5 centimeters. I'll make sure that I've put the information up for in the notes somewhere in the comments, so you've got it all. Okay, if you need to know your measurements. Again, I put some red line tape on to make life a bit easier today. I'll take the tape off if I can get it off. Fingers are not working. I hope you all had a really good Christmas. I have to say the New Year is a little bit grey and wet at the moment. Not overly impressed. I don't like cold, wet weather. Never have done, but there we go. Right, so I'm going to put it in on one side, and I'm going to line up one side and get it in where I want it to go. Okay, and I'll stick it down. Now, to get the other one right, what I do is So I line it where I think I want it, and then I push my card flat. Because when I'm doing this, I'm going to need my card to go flat again, so into an envelope. So I've got to make sure it's going to go flat. Okay. So now you can see I've got 2 different depths. And I'm going to start decorating my card now. All right. So I'm just going to put it to one side. We'll start with my flowers. So I've die cut my flowers out. I've used all the different size dies on the flowers to give me a good range in size and shape. Okay, so I'm just going to glue my flowers together. I'm not moulding them. I'm not doing anything to them yet. All I'm going to do is put one on top of the other. Make sure that they're offset. Okay, just done that bit. And then using a glue dot, because it makes life very simple. Just got to get this one off of here somehow, because it's not right. One glue dot. I'm going to put the glue dots back in the middle of my flower. Okay, so my glue dot is going into the middle of my flower. All right. So now I've got my glue dot just there. And what I'm going to do is I've got some glitter in my bowl. And I'm just going to turn my flower upside down and press it in, making sure that all of my glue dot is covered in glitter. And then I end up with this really nice centre. Looks like I put a gem on it. And the glue dot will hold the glitter really well. So not a problem there about it going anywhere. But it also means that you're not stuck to what you've got your glitters, and you can do whatever you like with it. Right. I'm now going to stick my stem on the back of it. And all this is a 1/2 centimetre strip off card. Okay, and that sits on the back. So that's how I've made my flowers. All right, and I've got a range of them now. Right, so I'm just going to get them out so you can see them all. So I've got all my different flowers here. And I've done them in a range of colours, so it looks a little bit more interesting. Some of them have got short stems on, some have got long. Okay. And then I've got a couple that are literally just flower on their own. All right. So next job is to put my hills in at the back. So I've cut a piece of card, and it is the same width there, so it's 11.5 centimetres. And I've just gone along the top with my scissors and created this up and down. Okay. Very gently. It's not something I do too much. Welcome to Chris and Lynn. Hope you had a nice Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm just seeing that some more people have joined, so welcome. Okay, so that's now sits just there. Okay, so that gives me my greenery at the back. Right, now I've got to do my greenery at the front here, because if you can see on my card, it looks like I've got grass with my fence panel. But to make my grass, I've actually cut one strip out. I'm just going to show you what I did quickly, just so it doesn't seem quite so strange. All I do is with my scissors, I'm just going to cut in and take out triangles at different heights, different thicknesses, different sort of depths, and that will give me my grass. Okay, you see how that's sort of giving me an uneven grass, which is quite nice. So, which helps nicely for this project. So I'm going to put my grass down along the front here. So I've got my glue again, my favourite glue, which is Pin Flair's bookbinding glue. It's my favourite. I forgot to tell Caroline I need some more, so hopefully she'll be doing some orders soon, because I'm desperate for some more. I'm getting a bit low. So that's my fence panel gone on the front, my grass gone on the front. Okay, I'm just going to trim it to make it the same width as my card, because it's a little bit wider. So I'm going to trim off the excess on the side there, and just take off the extra bit that I don't need. So now it's still going to go flat when I put it into an envelope. All right, so put my flowers up there for a minute. I've got my fence panels. Just put my fence panels on. Here we go. So here's my fence panels. Just put some glue. So I have a bit that goes across the back here, just like so. So there's a bit of fence there. Okay. Now I'm just going to put the glue on the front of this one because this sits behind the grass, just underneath the border of my cards there. So put this bit in. Oh, it's not staying. I'll have to put some guinea pig out in a second. Come on, glue, where you gone? There it is. Right. When I'm trying to glue things and they're not holding where I want them to do, I use a peg. I don't have to argue with everything, so I get my pegs out and hold it all together. Just a minute, put good glue back, and I'll peg this one on for a second while the glue just holds. It's normally because I'm trying to do too many things at once with my fingers and I'm knocking everything off. So it just helps to stabilise it while I'm fiddling around. Okay, so that's that bit done for a minute. Right, so now I'm going to start putting some of my flowers in, but I'm going to need leaves, otherwise they're going to look a bit weird. So to make my leaves, all I've done for leaves is I've literally, with my piece of card, I've cut myself, there we go, one. I've done again with different widths, different lengths, and I've just cut myself some sort of weird triangle-y shaped bits off to make myself my leaves for what I'm doing. Okay, so that's how I've made my leaves. I've joined my leaves together and they're all different heights and all sorts, but they blend quite nicely with the flowers, so I've done some of those already. Right, so now let's start with the flowers and putting them where we want them. Now I'm going to start looking at how high I want them to go, because what we've got to remember is it's got to go into an envelope, so don't get too excited about going too high up. Try and keep it all within what you're doing so it will stay where you're looking at. Okay, now I'm going to put one on the back here because it's going to need some at the back of what we're doing, so I'll put that one just there. Okay, let's put the holding that in place. There we go. So I've got one just there. It's going to lean forward for me, which is quite good because when I get other ones on, it'll work. It's okay. So I'm just putting some different ones in, different heights, different colours, different places into the middle piece here. Just going to swap my peg over and hold it there. It's not because the glue doesn't grab quickly, because it does. It's because I'm trying to build it upright, so it's not holding it in place. I'm looking at where I want the depths of my flowers to go, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit more, it's less forgiving, I suppose is the right term. Put that one near the front. Let's cut that down a bit. Put it near the front. Okay, so I'll put that one there. Okay, and here we go. We're getting there now. Got some more little ones to put in. Different heights again. Put them in different places as you go along, and put them different cardstocks as well. So some of these are pearlescent, some of them are on coordinations cardstock, so they've got a sort of a print pattern on them. Others are just hanging around doing what they fancy, really. Helps if you put the glue in the right place. Today I'm having problems with my brain. There we go, on there. Okay, let's put some leaves in for a moment as well. So I'm going to put a couple of leaves on because that will help. Get in there. Okay, put some more at the front, shall we? A little bit more angled, different colours again. Got purple, got light purpley one there. That's going to have to go over this side. Got another little one here. Put you in there somewhere. One's going back in the middle strip, that strip that I first put in the middle to hold everything. As you can see, it's starting to fill up now. Okay. Fingers holding everything in place with a bit of luck. I think I've done 10 flowers on stems today, just to sort of bulk it out. I'm just going to put 2 to the side. I'm going to put some more greenery in, more leaves, because I think we need a bit more leaf in it, and then we'll have another look to see how we're doing, because we're getting quite a few bits in. Let's put another leaf over this side here. Okay. It's starting to look quite good now, isn't it? Pick it up. You see how you got all the different depths now as you see looking at it. You see all the way that it's not just flat, which helps. I've done box cards before, but normally you do them so that they're like a perfect square. But to do it sort of flatter like this gives you a different feel for it, like a window box than an exploding card, if that makes sense, in the same way, and it gives you a nice finish for what you're doing. So we're getting there, I think. I'd like some more greenery at the back there. A bit more greenery right at the back. There we go, in there. Fingers inside. You see how it makes them tremble, which is nice, isn't it? Okay, so I've got all my flowers in, got plenty of bits there for a minute. Okay, take some of that out. Now all I'm going to do is literally just pull up the middle flower on them, so that it just gives them a little bit of texture, nothing too much, just pull them up. It helps just to give it all a little bit more shape, a little bit more titivating as it goes along. Okay, so you're just pulling them up, pushing them together, and giving it a little bit of shape as you go. Your glue dot will bend and move, so which is quite nice, so you've got plenty of time to fiddle with that. Right, so you do that with all of your flowers. You've got one. So single flower here that goes right at the front. Okay. We've now got a sentiment to sort out and a little bit of twine to go around it. This is my sentiment. Now, I popped into the shop this week because I'm to spend some of my Christmas pennies, like you have to. And I found these. We've got 2 or 3 different colourway ones. These paper pads we've got in at the moment. These ones. Here we go. Paper boutique vintage florals, and it's basically toppers and sentiments, so which is really useful. Sentiments are the one thing that is very difficult to find that are nice and good size, but also sort of not too mushy or too, I don't know, they're more usable, if that makes sense. So I cut myself one out of those because I've got some nice different sentiments in, and I used my tag card, so that's that to go there. Got my little flower to put on it, which will then bring the colours in quite nicely. There is matching cardstock, paper cardstock pads that go with that as well, so you can have it all matched in, which would look really pretty. It's just not what I was looking for. When I saw it, I thought, I know what I can do with this. So it came home with me, probably a little bit quick. So I'd spent Christmas money quite quickly then, which was not so good, but never mind, eh? That's what it's for, isn't it? So what did everybody's presents like? Did everybody get a really good one? Did you get all your crafting goodies that you wanted? I hope so. Because it makes it nice then, doesn't it? But so I've put my twine through the hole. I'm just going to tie myself a bow, which I'm struggling with today. Silly fingers, doing what they fancy, not what I want them to. Right, go. Yes, we've done it. Ah, magic. So that's going to go there. I'm just going to wrap a bit of twine around the base here, this front one, because it'll just look quite pretty. I'm just going to wrap a bit of twine around it. I'm going to do 3 wraps because I like things in 3s. Makes me feel just visually more comfortable. Okay, so we're doing good here. Okay, so that's that done. Let's just spread it out a little bit so it's all up. Come on, you. Thank you. And then there should be another bit there somewhere. There it is. Poke tool. There we go. Better. Done. Right. Sorted. So that's that done. Cut off the excess. Put a little bit of glue on the back of my sentiment and put it in place here in the middle. And there we go. A box of flowers. Makes a nice birthday card, Easter card, depending on your colours and how you fancy going. You've got a really nice box of flowers card there, which is not, it doesn't take too long, nice and simple, and easy to do. I hope you enjoyed watching that. And then a quick sneak. I'm going to do something a bit different next week. I'm going to make a little basket. So this is what's going to be happening next week. So please come and join me next week. If you fancy having a look to see how I make this and where it goes. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next Saturday. Take care. Bye bye.